Muito bem-vindo, muito bem-vinda a mais um episódio do Aprender Inglês Podcast, o melhor podcast para você aprender inglês com conteúdos relacionados ao seu dia a dia. Meu nome é André e será um prazer estar com você em mais um episódio, onde nós iremos escutar uma história e entendê-la ao longo do episódio. Nós iremos escutar a história em inglês e os comentários, dicas também serão em inglês, usando outras palavras e em um ritmo mais devagar. Caso você tenha dúvidas, deixe nos comentários, que será um prazer te ajudar a solucionar todas as suas dúvidas. So, let's go! Então vamos iniciar nossa história. The name of the story is The Global Connection. Connection from connect and global meaning it's in the world. It's a global connection. So it says that a man named Raphael adjusted his tie. Tie is this dark blue thing on his neck, so his tie, and his shirt. On his computer screen, on the screen of his computer, a clock ticked down. So the clock, the time was passing through, was going through. And he was in his apartment where he lived in São Paulo. He was going to have an interview for a job which happens to be his dream job, the job he always wanted to have. It's a management position, so it's a job to work as a manager at a major global tech company, for a technology company, one of the biggest technology companies. He took a slow, deep breath. That's slow, not fast, and deep. Trying to calm the butterflies in his stomach. When we feel our stomach is weird, when we get nervous, we can call it butterflies in the stomach. So it says that very far away in the United States, in Chicago, Susan was the responsible to hire the people. She was like the boss that would hire Raphael. She took a sip, a little drink of her morning coffee as she reviewed Raphael's resume. Resume, we can also describe it as your work history. The places you worked, how long you worked on the places, what was your position there. It's called resume. His qualifications are excellent, she thought, clicking the button to start the video call. So before she entered in the meeting, she was checking the information about Raphael one last time. All right. So, good morning, Susan said to Raphael. And she was very nice, very welcoming, very, she was a very nice person on the way she talked. And Raphael was nervous, but because Susan was nice, his nervousness got easier. So he was nervous, but he stopped being nervous because she was very friendly. So that was a very good thing. So Susan didn't ask many questions about tell me about Brazil, tell me about your family, tell me about yourself. She went straight to the point. She asked, your resume, your work history shows a lot of leadership experience. So you have a lot of experience in leading people, in guiding people. Can you tell me more about the way you manage your management style? All right. So Raphael was expecting this question. He was ready for the question. And he said, I believe in empowering my team. That means when you help your team and you give your team the ability, the conditions, the tools, the freedom to take decisions, to to have the power. That's why empowering my team. So I believe I have to give my team power to do things. And he gave an example. He said on a project they needed to increase by 15% and they got a result of 20% because he gave the team the freedom to work and he empowered his team to work and they were successful. And then Susan said, wow, that's amazing. That's a great result. Congratulations. Very good. Now, tell me about a time when you had a problem. You had a difficult situation with an employee, with somebody from the team. What happened? So the question is tell me a story about a difficult situation you had with your team and how you resolved the problem. Right. So Raphael paused to think. So he needed a moment to think about an example. And he said, I once had a very talented team member. So somebody with a lot of talent. But their results started to go down. So this team member, the results started to go down. His results went down. He started missing deadlines. Deadlines are the day when you need to finish something. So he started to miss the deadlines. He couldn't finish the things on time. And Raphael didn't criticize, didn't say bad things about him. He organized a meeting to talk. And in this meeting, Raphael discovered that his team member was actually having a lot of problems at home. And he worked with him to organize his schedule and his tasks, his work, and he was able to come back to his performance after the problem was resolved. So that was the process. So his performance quickly, fast, returned. So it got back to its high standards, to high standards. All right. So Susan was impressed. She said, wow, that's a great example of supportive leadership. Supportive leadership is when you give support to your team. So that's why the name is supportive leadership. And then Susan said, we have a global company. The business, the company is global all over the world. Our teams are in different time zones, different places. And how do you feel? What do you think about working with this diverse environment? What do you think about this? What's your impression? What are your thoughts on it? So Raphael was like happy. He was like clearly excited. He was clearly enthusiastic about the question. And he said, actually, that's the reason I applied. That's why I want to work here at the company. He said, when different people work together, when different people work to resolve the same problem, we combine different perspectives. And when we combine different perspectives, we can get better results. We can get better ideas because of the different perspectives. He said, I really want to work for a global team. That was his answer. So the interview was finishing, it was the end, and Susan thanked Raphael, and Raphael thanked Susan. He said, I hope to hear from you soon. I have the expectation you will call me back. He was confident and hopeful about the job opportunity. This is an example of a job interview in English. Sometimes we think job interviews are very complicated. Sometimes they can be, but not necessarily. They can be also something easy, like relaxed and straight to the point. And this story shows us a very nice case of an interview that was very positive. If you have any questions about this episode, please drop your questions on the comments. And thank you very much for joining us on this episode. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.